Well, it's all about David Raya official bid submitted in by Arsenal to the Brentford side. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from a group by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's all about things concerning transfers. We are talking the transfer news show. We are having two here we goes that are gonna hate obviously happen, and we are going to be letting you know who they are. But this of David Raya is not a here we go, but it's all about Arsenal submitting what we call the first official bid for David Raya. Let's see close to 400 likes much on this video. Don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Ousmane Dembélé to PSG. Here we go, and we're going to be letting you know what private clause was triggered by PSG to sign Ousmane Dembélé, because his bad clause was 500 million euros. But how come PSG have gotten to sign the player less that amount of money? And Goncalo Alves is another one we're going to talk about, as PSG are trying to obviously go ahead and obviously do the needful and see a deal agreed in between them and Benfica. So subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month of August, and let's continue spreading the love day in, day out. And I love you guys. Thank you for always being here with me. I love you, and you guys are always great here. We are just a little bit slow, but I think we'll soon get back to the levels we have always been. Now, David Raya, a story was broken by David Austin and Fabrizio Romano mid last week that Arsenal are interested into David Raya, and ever since then stories have been flowing in that show positivity of Arsenal going in through. Personal terms were agreed, I think, around the weekend, and after personal terms were really agreed, lots of things really happened, and you expect after the personal terms getting agreed, it's an official bid being obviously put in. Fabrizio Romano has today put an exclusive onto his Twitter account that Arsenal have submitted opening bid for David Raya to Brentford tonight. The proposal is worth £20 million fixed plus £3 million of add-ons. David Raya told Brentford that he wants the move as personal terms have already been agreed. Now, Arsenal are really doing the needful to see that they see themselves get another goalkeeper. You know, when Erik ten Hag went ahead and obviously said no to the new contract of David De Gea, he told his bosses, I need a ball-playing goalkeeper, and that is Onana. He's already at Man United. Now, this is the yardstick that Mikel Arteta is going to hate to use to understand that Aaron Ramsdale is good, but I need the best. You know, the difference between good, better, and best is all seen on the performances of the team. I want to confirm to you that Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper at Arsenal, but the best goalkeeper at Arsenal is going to be David Raya. Do you know why? Arsenal wouldn't have gone in for a player who is £30 million worth when he's going to be a bench player. Let no one lie to you. This is really competition that is going to take place between David Raya and Aaron Ramsdale, and it will either improve Aaron Ramsdale more or better, or obviously shrink his career and obviously put in a transfer request to leave the club of Arsenal as it tussles in to become the first English number one. But for David Raya, coming in through what Arsenal, as I've told you, is an indicator that there is assurance for him that is going to turn into the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal. Do you know why? He's trying to really displace, Unai Simon. You know him very well. Unai Simon is the first choice goalkeeper of Spain. So, him being the first choice goalkeeper of Spain, Unai Simon, who is the second in command? Obviously, the second in command is all about the second in command is David Raya, and David Raya knows it, that if at all he goes to Arsenal and doesn't really become a first choice goalkeeper, he's going to miss out to play or to start in the Euros. And Spain has very many good goalkeepers. There is Unai Simon, right? There is Kepa Zabalaga. He's coming back into the mix. There is Sanchez, who has gone to Chelsea. You've seen him. And they're really having now David Raya. Now, in the Euros, they take like 4 goalkeepers. So he needs to be into that ilk of obviously starting these games. And if you continue starting these games at Arsenal, then he'll obviously be into those levels of being the first choice goalkeeper of Spain. But if he doesn't start, then his position at the Spanish national team will be in jeopardy. So I understand there is an agreement between Mikel Arteta and David Raya that he's going to be a first choice goalkeeper. Going to Arsenal alone is not enough to persuade this goalkeeper David Raya to obviously be a goalkeeper for Arsenal. To be there not getting playing time, because he's coming from Brentford, a team who has been playing plenty of games, and he's coming to Arsenal, a team that has a proven goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. He is the most valuable goalkeeper in the world. So him making that decision to come at Arsenal, there is assurance that he's going to obviously be into that starting position. But the big question is, will Brentford accept £20 million guaranteed fees plus £3 million of add-ons? That is the big question. And to my understanding, they might reject the bid. And I'm not going to be very much shocked if at all Fabrizio Romano puts out a tweet that a bid of David Raya has been rejected by Brentford because they've gone ahead to call in for more. That is it. So I expect the bid reaction from Brentford in the next 1 hour to be really given to us by Fabrizio Romano on whether they've accepted it, or they're negotiating on it, or they've gone ahead to reject it. But I believe this bid is £7 million less. And they also know that Arsenal needs the goalkeeper, and the interested is that they get this goalkeeper. And David Raya would have gone to Bayern Munich and said no to the deal, because he felt like even if he goes to Bayern Munich, Manuel Neuer was hard to displace, meaning that he was only going to be in goal for some 2-3 months. Then when Manuel Neuer really fully heals, he'll get back his position. So that's why he chose to go to Arsenal, because he believes he can easily dethrone Ramsdale from the first starting goal position of Arsenal. So for that, wait and see how that pans out, and we leave it to you, over to you and your thoughts on to David Raya, first official bid submitted in by Arsenal. Are welcome in the comment section below. Now, let's go to another story. This is not Arsenal-like, but it's obviously about transfers, and I want to make these stories because you guys will miss out on very many stories. I cannot do Arsenal stories only on this channel because this channel is diverse. Ousmane Dembélé, all along, it has been a deal that we've been talking about, and it has finally come to pass, and it has been broken by Fabrizio Romano that Ousmane Dembélé to PSG, here we go, medical tests booked, official contract valid until June 2028, will be signed by Saturday. Private clause activated on Monday for 50 million euros, main part to Barcelona and also part to player side. His agent, Moussa Sissoko, sealed soon. So this is really very much shocking that the 50 million pounds that have gone ahead to be paid by PSG, half of it is going to Barcelona and half of it is going to the agent, Moussa Sissoko. Remember, Ousmane Dembele's contract had really burned out at Barcelona and he renewed it. And remember, Barcelona, we are not in the position of power. That's why most of you will be asking yourselves, how would Barcelona accept just such a deal? Because they thought that losing a player like Ousmane Dembele on a free was really insanical. So, and it was suicidal to lose a player you bought close to 130 million euros on a free. Remember, they used part of the money they sold Neymar to PSG to purchase Ousmane Dembele from Borussia Dortmund. But to me, I see Ousmane Dembele as a very good player, and last season never had glassy legs, because for the very first time I saw him play close for a full season for Barcelona. Remember, ever since Xavi came in through, he played from January to May and injured. Then he played from August and I think January. So I think those are 12 months it had never happened in the history of Ousmane Dembélé as a player of Barcelona. At Borussia Dortmund, he was not an injury-prone player, but when he came in at Barcelona, I don't know what made him an injury-prone player, but PSG is really on the right model. If at all you get in players like Ousmane Dembélé and Goncalo Ramos, as we're going to see in the next tweet, and very many others, the Ugates they've gone ahead to get in through, then they are really on the right track. They are really on the right track, and this is how they're supposed to build a team. They've tried it with stars like Neymar, Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Verratti, Sergio Ramos. Things have failed. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Cavani, they've gone ahead to fail. But I think this model is going to work well for them, and they have a very good coach to obviously get the best out of these players. And the main person behind convincing this player to go to PSG was was Enrique, the coach of PSG that was at Barcelona and was coaching Ousmane Dembélé. So, however much Xavi came out and really spouted fire, but obviously even if you spout fire when a player is going to have to make a decision that there is a clause that could be really triggered, there is nothing for you to make. So, we wait and see how that's going to pan out for Ousmane Dembélé to PSG. Medicals have been set. Is he going to pass the medical or fail it? Wait and see whether that will happen. But all in all, I would like to really see him really thrive at Barcelona. Very good player, and I think he's really going to be played onto that right attacking side of the midfield. And PSG have gone ahead to build a very good team. If at all they happen to find cohesion for those players they're having and chemistry amongst them, then they might be contenders in the Champions League because they have young promising talent likes of Ugatis in that side. They also wanted to obviously bring in Rasmus Højlund, but Højlund really said no. Now, after Rasmus Højlund said no to them and has just signed his deal with Man United today, this is what happened. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain are closing in on Goncalo Ramos deal. Agreement very close. Final details being sorted. It could be completed this week. 80 million euro package fee to Benfica. Add-ons included. Ramos agreed. Contract until 2028. Here we go, expected very, very soon. So, it shows you the levels of PSG. They wanted to sign Goncalo Ramos last summer, but I think they had some financial fair play things to rectify, and they finally gotten their man. I know Goncalo Ramos for a reason that Erik ten Hag was really following him up and wanted to come and wanted United to sign him up. He scored, 4 goals when they're playing Switzerland, or a hat-trick. I think there are 4 when Portugal was beating Switzerland by 4 goals to nil. By, 6 goals to 1? And that's when he made his mark. But he's a very good striker. In the Champions League, he put in some good performances for Benfica. And you know that Benfica also played until the quarterfinal. And I think they're knocked out by Inter Milan. So I really believe that everything is sorted, done and dusted. This player is going to be a PSG player. That's why I've told you that PSG is going to be a team to watch. Look for it. It's not having stars this time round. They are going to offload Mbappe. After offloading him, then they are going to, after dislodging him, they are going to obviously use players like Ousmane Dembélé, Goncalo Ramos, Ugarte, there is Marco Asensio. So they have a very beautiful team that is being built there for you. And I think today, I really agree with them. They're going ahead to get everything right. They tried out with the Galactico thing. It failed. And they've gone ahead to go in for players that have gone ahead to obviously do the need for. And if PSG want to attract more stars, they should win the Champions League. Because very many players want to win the Champions League. They have the money. They have the strength. But their strength is not felt into the Champions League. And that the defiance of Mbappe to put pen to paper on another extension year contract has obviously opened up eyes of very many Galacticos who are really thinking to go to PSG. That why would the best player in the world now, arguably Kylian Mbappe, want to leave PSG? That is the big question. So that's what I had for you today. I call in for your thoughts about Arsenal submitting first David Raya official bid. Welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Ousmane Dembélé and Goncalo Ramos to PSG? For Goncalo Ramos, here we go loading, but for Ousmane Dembélé, here we go confirmed, and a medical has been scheduled. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God protect you abundantly. I'm out. See you later.